You're listening to Extinction Radio FM. Listen to the podcast at extinctionradio.com.
I know it's a stupid question, but we ask it on the near-term human extinction support group. We've got a poll there. You might have seen it. How near is near? How near do you think is near for you? I mean, within a decade or two.
I don't go by that timeline. I go by when is Diablo Canyon going to fall apart at the sea with an earthquake, and when will the Columbia Generating Station fall apart due to an earthquake or something else. So the chances of that happening before 15 years is high. So, for me, really, it's a day-to-day thing. I just wait.
Can you explain these two things?
Yeah, Diablo Canyon nuclear power plant is on the ocean in California, kind of middle California. It's in San Luis Obispo on this beautiful cove, and the cove was created by earthquakes, right? So Diablo Canyon is sitting on so many earthquake fault lines. It's insane. And it has a ton of nuclear waste. It has a ton of, it's a big nuclear power plant. And it is being run illegally, which has all come out in the news recently. It's all been, let's keep this open because we've given, electric company, we've given you money and blah, 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 and this back and forth. Anyway, none of that really matters. What matters is it's sitting on these earthquake fault lines, and if this doesn't get shut down immediately and then, have this waste taken out, which takes a few years before that waste before those rods can come out of the nuclear power station, that's it for us on the West Coast. That's it for us on the West Coast if Diablo Canyon falls into the sea. So that's one. The Columbia Generating Station is on the Columbia River. It's a big river, goes right into the ocean, and the ocean flows from there all the way through Oregon and Washington, all the way to the river, to the ocean. So if the Columbia Generating Station goes down, it has failures all the time. It has NRC events about every 3 weeks.
What's an NRC event?
An NRC event, it's an event that happens at a nuclear power plant that's bad enough that they have to let the NRC know.
All right.
It could be anything. It could be.
This is the nuclear regulation something, is it?
Committee, yeah.
Committee. We have an authority here, yeah. So
right. Japan has an authority too, and so it's on such shaky ground. It's also on 12 fault lines, and there's a crack inside the reactor right now. It helps to cool where the crack is on this riser is an area of it's a jet pump, and the jet pump puts water into the core and keeps the core cool. Well, there's a crack, and I just found out from the NRC person there that they have never tested that crack with an ultrasound test, which is what you need to see inside the wall to see how bad the crack is. They've only done this on a visual, one-dimensional level. So if that goes down, we're dead too. And that's just here. That's just 2 plants.
Yeah, exactly. That's
what I mean. I wait day to day. I wait for this to happen.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Because it could happen any time, and there's all these 400 odd other ones around the place that I imagine they're in pretty bad nick as well. Yeah. So
everyone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still building new ones.
Yeah, the thing about nuclear power plants is that what happens first from the moment they get turned on is there's neutron bombardment to the entire plant from the fuel rods. And what that does is starts an instantaneous decay of the facility. So that includes the reactor, that includes the plant itself, and it's a constant bombardment of neutrons breaking down stuff, and this is the housing of the core of these rods. And over time, It cannot withstand any more bombardment. Yeah, so you just think about that. There's 440 that are still standing and operating.
Yeah, that are being continually bombarded and broken down. Their actual structure is actually crumbling.
Yeah.
Ah,
It's crumbling on it from the inside of that concrete out.
yeah.
You
Never,
know,
never
on a
mind. Never
killer.
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind the crumbling from extreme weather events from the outside. It's coming from
Right.
all sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this whole thing about 15 years, I laugh. I actually do. I laugh when I hear this because it's a very, it's a sardonic laughter. But when you know that the nuclear power plants around the world are just waiting for a moment to relieve themselves of the pressures they're under, you cannot live through that. It's just how it is.
I'm now accepting the reality of the surreal.